what do you call the folds will be of. Okay, so this is how this picture shows you how much it's getting deformed. Okay, so this deformation is causes which due to pressure and temperature. Okay, as we discussed because. So this deformations which causes due to stress as well as and other external forces. What do you call the other external forces? Any idea about what are the other external forces which cause deformation?
Seismic load, wind load.
Hmm. No.
So,
Not related to your what do you call structure. So here we will be studying about Earth. So in Earth, what are the other external forces which causes folds? We are discussing about fold here. Fold. We discussed what is fold here, and I'm asking you what are the external forces which causes this fold.
Movement of tectonic plates.
Okay. So due to the that is pressure. That is we already I told you pressure due to pressure is also an external force which tends to disturb this rocks and which that is why it causes deformation. Okay. So here you can see this. In this picture, you can see how this deformation is happening. Okay, there is two regions called elastic region and plastic region. This is also you might have studied in your schoolings. You know what is elastic region, right? So if you stretch up anything, if you leave that particular thing, it will again reach to the particular, it again rebacks. So that is called elastic region. So here you can see elastic deformation up to elastic limit springs back to original shape. So that is what I told you. So can you give me an example for elastic region? I think everyone can give me an easy example for elastic region. என்னம்மா கொடுக்க முடியலையா? Your rubber band. So the best and easy example for to understand is your rubber bands. You can able to stretch your rubber band up to a particular limit. If you leave back, it will again comes to your original position. So this is what your elastic region, or you can able to give this example. Okay. Okay. So next is brittle failure. Okay. So this is also related to your structure. Okay. So we discussed about the buckling of column, right? So that is also up to a particular limit. This able to withstand that particular amount of load. If it goes beyond the yield point, that is yield ultimate stress level, that kind of any object or anything will undergo a failure. That is starting of failure will happen, and that causes deformation. Okay, these are the different levels of deformation. That is brittle. I hope you know what is brittle, right? Brittle is nothing but it, it will tends to break down. Okay, so due to an enormous amount of stress or anything which is applied, due to that more amount of stress, that object or anything will getting brittle. That is, it will get failure. Okay. So this is folding. This is how it will happen. So this is the what do you call the structure of folding. Okay. So you should know about each and every structure of this folding. So here you can see that this fold from one end to another end, that is called wavelength, and this is called a top line is called where a hinge line you can see, and axial surface, the surface up to which this thing that is fold is, it is called axial surface, and the fold which is happening is called fold axis. Okay, so these are the things you have to know. Okay, in fold. Okay, so we already studied because of compressive force, that is which is acting in anything, so that causes the folding. Okay, so there is two things in folding. One is anticline and syncline. Okay, so please take down notes, because if you see, keep on looking into the class, you can't be able to understand anything. So if you have to take down this drawing and you have to, then only you can able to follow up the class. Okay, take down this drawing so that it will be helpful for you uh, while taking up and reading. You can able to understand easily. Take down this drawing, ma. This fold drawing is very important. This question is also a very important question in your exam point of view. So you will be getting questions like explain about folding and its different types. Okay, so you have to tell what is you have to write about what is folds and what is deformation. Then you have to write fold. Then you have to write the types of folding. Then you have to draw this diagram and explain about this fold. Okay, so please draw this diagram. Can everyone see the image, right?
Yes, sir.
Please zoom it up and you can able to draw this picture. I'll give you time, because these are the things is important in your unit 1. So always keep a notebook and pen with you, because I will be giving you some notes and hints. If I give you, share you the entire notes, you can't able to study. If you write, keep on drawing and taking up the hints which I'm giving you, it will be helpful in your exam point of view. So it's up to you whether you write. Finish drawing, ma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. இருப்பா. So next is we are going to discuss about anticline and syncline. Okay, so here you can see thus mentioned in drawing the crest of the fold, that is crest of the where the rock layers slope down towards. Okay, so in red color they are given, this is called anticline. And syncline is nothing but the opposite, the slope towards the lower axis. Okay, so that is called syncline. So you should know what is anticline and what is syncline in folding. Okay. So these are the different fold geometry. We discussed about what is folds now, and we discussed about the fold structure. That is anticline and syncline and what you call fold axis. And these are the things we discussed. Now we are going to see fold geometry. So there is a different geometry in which this folding may occur. So this is a upright kind of fold geometry. So another one is plunging upright. So another is plunging incline. So as you can see, these kinds of geometry can happen. Okay. So these are the fold geometry can happen because of the pressure variation, other kinds of thing. Okay, any kinds of fold geometry can happen. Okay, so next image you can see the anticline image. So this is how I already told you what is anticline and syncline, right? By clearly zoom the image, as you can see this is anticline exposed. Okay, so this is how your anticline will be, and below that you can see the overturn folds. Okay, so this is how the overturn folds will be of in this picture. So at the right side you can see of the overturn folds, right side, recumbent folds. So recumbent folds is nothing but these kinds of folds will happen at what you call sideways. Okay, so in side kind of direction. So these kind of folds will happen. That is called recumbent folds. Okay. So if you see this picture, you can able to get an idea how this folds will be of. That is what. Okay. So next we are going to see about different types of folds. Okay. There are only 3 types of folds, as you can see in this picture. So you can see in this picture, symmetric fold, asymmetric fold, and overturn fold. So overturn fold we already discussed. I showed you in the image, right? So this is how your overturned folds will be of. Okay. So symmetrical fold. Any idea what is the meaning of symmetric?
Which can be splitted
Uh,
uniformly or with any deformations.
who is this?
Gokul, sir.
Gokul. Gokul, you might have studied in drawings also, ma. The symmetrical axis,
அதான் சார் ஒரு
asymmetrical axis.
அதான் சார் ஒரு இது யூனிஃபார்மா ஸ்பிட் பண்ணா அது சிமெட்ரிக்கல் இல்ல ஏசிமெட்ரிக்கல்னு சொல்லுவாங்க
Correct,
சார்.
correct. So symmetrical is nothing but if you split up into two, it will be of identical. Okay, so that is what symmetrical is. So identical, two identical thing is called symmetrical, and asymmetrical is just the opposite. It will be of different. Okay, this is what, and this kind of foldings will be occurring. Next is called overturned. Here you can see in the image, this is called overturned folds. So it will be of a random kind of folding will occur. Okay, so this is how this types of folding. And this is another kind of folding called plunge folding. Okay, as you can zoom the image and see the what do you call live image of some area, I don't know which part. So it is called plunging folding. Okay, so this is how this plunge fold will be. So you know what is anticline. Here they were given the plunging anticline. part. Okay, so these are the things. Next, we'll move on to the faulting. Okay, we already discussed what is folds and what is falls. So fault is nothing but it gives a what do you call the rocks undergo some changes or cracks will happen, and that is what is faulting will be. Okay, so there are only four types of faults: normal faults, reverse faults, and strike slip faults, and oblique slip faults. Okay, so in this picture you can see these four types of faults here. So normal faults will be of moving some will have some what do you call hanging wall block. So it will move the in first picture you can see this normal faulting how it will be. Okay, so how the movement will be. So there will be a hanging wall block. So that is called normal blocking. So normal faulting. So another one is reverse faulting is where so it will move in opposite directions. Okay, so okay, that is what. So strike slip faults will be of moving in either directions. It will be moving in side directions. Okay, as mentioned in your image, you can see this. It is moving in side directions. Okay. Here in this image, you can clearly see what is normal faults will be. So in cross section, they have given normal faults. So how the football block will be. That is so as you can see, there is a wall which is hanging down. So that is called hanging wall block down. Okay, so because it is getting hanging down, hanging right. So it is called hanging wall block. Okay, so in reverse faults you can see it will be moving in reverse directions. Okay, so it will be of hanging. The above part is called hanging wall block up. Okay, so this is called reverse faults. As we discussed strike slip faults, I told you it will be moving in side directions. Okay, so this is called strike slip faults. Okay, so remaining topic we'll discuss after the break. Okay.